sorry. I'm ready to pay for this.
Again, I understand that you're sorry. I know you're ready to pay for it now, but you didn't want to pay for it then. So I need you to give me your identification.
Please, I'm requesting you.
This is what our For You page looks like every single day. This is what Gen Z is up to right now. On TikTok, buy now, pay later and girl math are everywhere, and they've been this way for a few years now. They're packaged as funny, quirky, and even empowering in some scenarios. But let me make something very clear. This is not funny. This is not harmless. This is a financial trap being marketed directly at Gen Z, especially young Gen Z women. Buy now, pay later does sound like freedom. It does sound really cool in theory. I will give you that. It's like, okay, instead of paying $200 today for a pair of shoes, I can just pay $20 and keep paying $20 for 10 days in 10 installments. And most of these loans will also be interest-free. So they're really good at trapping you. But the thing to remember is this is debt culture in pastel colors. This is debt culture in disguise. Girl math is even worse. I'm actually such a hater of girl math, and it's been trending for like 2 or 3 years now, and it's actually driven me insane. It's financial illiteracy dressed up as a meme. Today, I'm going to peel all of this back. We're going to react to all of these TikToks, talk about why this mindset is so harmful, and then we're going to break down how Bitcoin flips this script completely through something called low time preference. Welcome back to the Orange Peel Podcast. I'm your host, Nicki, and without further ado, let's get into it.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it because I think we need to stop the hate and the stigma. I am a proud member of the Afterpay community. And you know what? I think some people abuse Afterpay and that's why it gets a bad rap. I'm not one of those people that Afterpays things that I couldn't actually pay for in full, you know? But being someone that has a raging shopping addiction, it just makes me feel better about all the money I'm constantly spending. For example, today I placed a Sephora order and it was like $170. You know how much better I felt about myself financially knowing that I was paying $43 today as opposed to paying $170 today? My shelves are full of makeup. I can't really mentally justify buying more makeup, but I mean, hey, it's only $43. I think who it's really there for is those of us who are mentally ill and addicted to shopping because it helps us feel better about our poor financial decisions.
I hope this girl is aware of how harmful this mindset is. That is the only thing that I can say right now, because what she just described is exactly how buy now, pay later companies manipulate you. It's exactly their psychology. They train you to believe that the smaller number is the real price, that you've somehow gamed the system. But you didn't. And that's the key. You're still spending the $170. Only now, you're just spreading it over weeks and mentally forgiving yourself because it's only $43, right? The red flag is also literally in this girl's own words. She says, "My shelves are full of makeup." That's your subconscious screaming and telling you that you probably don't need more stuff. You probably don't need to be buying more makeup than you already have. But Afterpay makes it feel okay to ignore that voice, because this is where it turns from convenience into addiction. Yes, I will admit that buy now, pay later can be a good thing. It can be useful in situations like your car breaking down or needing to finance a computer or a laptop for college. Basically in situations where you cannot cover the one-time cost. But using it for impulse shopping because you have a Sephora addiction, that's not solving a problem. That's creating one. According to Credit Karma, more than 60% of buy now, pay later users say that they've regretted at least one purchase that they've made using it. This isn't just one person making bad decisions. This is millions of people falling into the same trap. But what gets me is these companies don't even profit every single time.
Klarna is pretty much going bankrupt because no one is paying them back. Like, they have a record high number of users on the platform. They have 100 million users. But at the same time, no one is paying them back. So they literally reported $136 million of unpaid debt. Like $136 million that people are just not paying back, and they're just, saying fuck it. And now Klarna is at a major loss. Even though they have a record high number of users on the platform, there's more users who are just not paying that shit back. And that's because you guys are letting people finance groceries and finance DoorDash orders. And I feel like people are seeing that and being like, well, actually, if I just do my biggest one right now and then not pay you guys back, I actually am just not going to have to pay you guys back. And then I don't know how much people actually care about things affecting their credit. Like, I don't even think they're thinking like, oh yeah, like this is going to affect whatever, blah, 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 blah. I just think people are like, whatever, I'm running off on the plug right now. Like literally people are running off on the plug, dead ass, with Klarna. They said, actually, yeah, I agree to all your terms and uses and all that. And they get their loan of whatever the fuck. And they say, yeah, but I'm not paying you back. And now Klarna is literally about to go bankrupt because, bitch, nobody is paying them back. And like, honestly, with inflation and how shit is really set up, how is that gonna work anyway? You see what I mean? But anyway, oh well, Klarna, we will see. This will be interesting to watch, I feel.
This one should terrify everyone. If you're watching this, there should be alarm bells going off in your head right now that are screaming about how this is a societal red flag. Imagine needing to take your $14 or $15 Chipotle lunch and splitting it into 4 payments. That's not convenience. It's desperation. If you can't afford the one-off Chipotle lunch, you probably shouldn't be having Chipotle for lunch. You probably should be making it at home. You probably should go to something cheaper. You eat the burrito in 10 minutes, but the debt is going to linger for weeks. And if you miss one of those payments, you get late fees, debt collectors, and a trashed credit score. And he's absolutely right in saying that people just don't care about their credit scores anymore. I mean, I'm Gen Z myself, and the amount of people that I know, the amount of times I have conversations with my friends, and they are just unaware of their credit scores, just unaware that the little things they do, such as not paying back your buy now, pay later loans, will in fact have an effect on whether or not you can buy a house, a car, or get any other kind of loan in your future. You're setting your future self up for failure by doing this. This isn't funny. You're not gaming the system. You're not eating the rich. You're not taking down the big dogs. You're actually just hurting your own self. According to LendingTree, about 25% of buy now, pay later users are now using installment plans for groceries. This is up from just 14% last year. Among Gen Z, the number is even worse. I mean, 1 in 3 Gen Z buy now, pay later users have used it for groceries, either now or in the past. Groceries are food. Groceries are survival. When people are financing their own survival, that's how you know that the system is failing us. And here's what makes this spiral even worse. According to LendingTree, again, nearly a quarter of buy now, pay later users have 3 or more active buy now, pay later loans at the exact same time. That's how quickly these loans snowball and get you. You lose track, the payments overlap, and you default. And defaults are rising. 41% of buy now, pay later users have said that they paid late on a loan in the past year. For Gen Z, this number is over half. More than half of us are already falling behind on this stuff. So couple that with not caring about your credit score and racking up more and more buy now, pay later loans, we are royally screwed in our financial future. And to some extent, it's our own fault. The problem is, it's not just about the loans themselves. According to the Kansas City Fed, 51% of buy now, pay later users have no means to cover 3 months of expenses, compared with just 28% of non-users. That means that the people using buy now, pay later are already financially constrained. They're not using it as some sort of luxury tool. They're literally using it because they're strapped and they have no other option. This is a byproduct of living in a broken system with a broken money. Here's the scariest part though. A lot of these loans, they aren't even reported to the credit bureaus. So according to Jacobin, buy now, pay later debt is often phantom debt. That means that it flies completely under the radar. It goes undetected and unrecorded. So you can rack up thousands in obligations without it ever showing up on your credit report until one day it all collapses. And this is where your credit score is going to tank. I hope people making these TikToks realize that what they're describing isn't just a hack. I hope they're not thinking that, again, like this guy said, it's running off on the plug. It's a debt spiral where nobody wins except the companies charging you for your own poverty. Klarna owes debt. You owe Klarna. The banks owe their lenders. The whole thing is this messed up circle of people owing each other, and one day all of this is going to collapse. And when things collapse, they collapse to the bottom level. The bottom level is you. This thing is going to collapse on you, the consumer. And who are these apps targeting the most? It's women. Klarna literally advertises on fashion sites and things like Sephora and Ulta because they sell debt as empowerment. They sell it as trendy, as fun, as, well, I know you can't afford this trending Charlotte Tilbury flawless filter thing now, but you can finance it for just $20. Again, it's not just $20. It's not fun. It's not empowerment. It's literal exploitation. It's setting you up for failure. Here's another great example of exactly what I'm talking about.
Girl math is when you use Afterpay for literally everything. So when you buy $100 pair of shoes and you only have to pay $25 that day, and then the pair of shoes show up at my apartment 3 days later, the shoes are $25. Why do I care if in 2 months I have to pay another $25? I don't know me 2 months from now. She can deal with that. I'm going to buy a lot of things in 2 months that are more expensive than $25. Why do I care about a second payment? What if I find $1 million on the ground next week? Yeah, that's girl math. And it's scary that makes sense to me in my head.
I don't know what to say. I'm gonna need to cut that here. Girl, I can only hope that you understand just how dangerous this mindset is, not only for you, but to every susceptible young woman who's watching your content and being like, well, if she did it, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, okay, $25 today, 4 times. Like, I can afford $25 over 4 weeks. This is not a joke. This is the infantilization of women dressed up as humor. Future me can deal with it is exactly what these predatory lenders want you to think. Push the pain forward. Numb yourself today, suffer tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, you're broke, ashamed, and deeper in debt. She says that she doesn't know herself 2 months from now, or whatever the exact quote was, I forgot. But she's like, 2 months from now, like, so she can deal with it. I don't know myself then. Between now and 2 months, I'm gonna buy things that cost more than like $25. What? According to a Fidelity study, women constantly report lower confidence in financial knowledge compared to men, even when their actual skills are the exact same. And instead of bridging that gap, girl math and all of these proprietors of girl math turn it into a comedy skit. They turn it into something that's cute and trendy and funny and basically just an excuse for women to have horrible financial literacy. It says, hey, don't worry about being financially illiterate. Just laugh about it because you're not alone. I'm financially illiterate too. That's not empowerment. It's harmful conditioning that sets back our entire generation. We are living in a time where we don't need any more problems for women than we already have. What is going on? Why are you doing this? But here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. If you want to fix your spending problem, you cannot keep forgiving yourself with little mental tricks. Afterpay makes it easier to feel better about yourself, yes, but feeling better doesn't fix the damage that you've caused. It's like taking a painkiller when your bone is broken. The pain is dulled, but the injury is still there, and it's not going to heal until you give it time to heal and you put in the work to heal the injury. And this is getting worse. Accountability means saying, I bought things that I didn't need, I justified them with fake girl math, I used a payment plan, now I'm in debt because of it. That's hard. That's really uncomfortable. But it's the only way out. Every single time that you say, it's only $43 today, it's only $25 today, you're lying to yourself. It's $170. It's $100. These are the real numbers. Use them. Future me can deal with it is abandoning yourself. It's saying that you can fix these problems by making excuses. But the truth is you can't. You don't fix spending problems by making excuses. You fix them by taking ownership. The thing is, though, you really can't even blame everyone on TikTok because this is just a byproduct of a broken system. All of this ties back to fiat money. Inflation destroys your savings, so you're pressured to buy those $100 pair of shoes because in 10 or 20 years, they might be like $200 or $300. Spending feels smarter than holding cash. That's why central banks want you swiping. That's why Klarna wants you swiping. According to the Federal Reserve, consumer liabilities in the US passed about $18.2 trillion this year, which is an all-time high. Buy now, pay later is just one sliver of that right now, but it's growing rapidly. Morgan Stanley reports that buy now, pay later makes up about 6% of the US e-commerce. This is up from just 2% 5 years ago. Debt culture is not a side effect of fiat money. It is fiat money. Debt culture is the reason that the governments can keep getting away with devaluing the dollar and eroding our purchasing power without us making any noise about it. Debt culture is a system that punishes savers and rewards consumers. A system that punishes savers and rewards consumers will always end up here. And buy now, pay later is just the Gen Z version of debt culture. It's with pastel branding, slick apps, and TikTok memes to normalize this trap. This is where Bitcoin comes in, because it wouldn't be an orange peel video without any Bitcoin talk. Bitcoin is not just an investment. It's rewiring how you think about money, time, and accountability entirely. Seyfettin Amous, an author and Austrian economist, wrote in his book, The Bitcoin Standard, about the concept of time preference. High time preference means that you only care about the present. You consume today and you discount the future. This is what buy now, pay later is. You spend the $25 today, the shoes arrive at your doorstep within 2 days, and you're unaware that you still have about $75 to pay because you've gotten your instant gratification already. You consume today, you discount the future. That's buy now, pay later. That's girl math. That's the mindset of future me can deal with it. On the flip side, low time preference means you respect your future self. You delay the gratification, save now, and reap the benefits much later. That's Bitcoin. Here's why Bitcoin is unique. In fiat, saving is punished with inflation. If you save cash, it loses value every year. This is why people think, again, that I might as well spend the money because it won't be worth nearly as much later. That's why buy now, pay later even exists, right? Because our money doesn't hold value itself. Bitcoin flips that. The longer you hold Bitcoin, the more you're rewarded. Time works for you, not against you. That's the ultimate low time preference signal. Instead of destroying your future self, you're investing in them. Bitcoin also forces you to be accountable. You can't afterpay a SAT, you can't print more Bitcoin, you can't trick yourself with fake girl math. You either own Bitcoin or you don't. That reality, the binary reality, changes entirely how you live. It makes you care about your future self. And if you don't care about your future self for whatever reason, do it for your future family. Do it for your future wife or husband or kids or partner, whatever. Care about your future. Here's a simple example. Instead of afterpaying your $14 or $15 Chipotle lunch, stack that same amount in Bitcoin and choose to eat at home instead. One choice gives you a meal that's gone in literally 10 minutes, plus debt payments that last for weeks, while the other gives you ownership of a scarce asset that can't be devalued and honestly could be worth far, far more in the future. Buy now, pay later might as well be called spend now, regret later. Bitcoin says save now, freedom later. And there's nothing us Americans like more than freedom. Buy now, pay later and girl math are not funny. They're not a trend. They're not cute. Stop making videos. Stop using them. They're traps. They normalize debt, they target young women, and they train us to laugh at our own financial destruction. If you want to fix your spending problem, stop forgiving yourself with these pastel-colored excuses. Hold yourself accountable. Use Bitcoin to hold yourself accountable. If you want a way out of the system entirely, start stacking sats. Because Bitcoin is not just about money. It's about low time preference culture. Once you shift your mindset into thinking about things in the long term, you'll realize that the $100 shoes aren't even worth it. Because that $100 could go into Bitcoin and someday in the future be worth $10 million or $100 million. It's ownership. It's sovereignty. It's the exact opposite of afterpaying your Chipotle burritos. I don't need to be another person on the internet telling you to go buy Bitcoin because there are a lot of people that are going to go do that. But I urge you to think about this. I urge you to think about how buy now, pay later gets you. How do they continue to make money? Or in Klarna's case, how does it continue to operate if it's $136 million in debt? It's off of the backs of people like you and I. Bitcoin isn't like this. Bitcoin is the only thing that we have in the world that's going to hold its value or increase in value in 50 years. It's not going anywhere. Your $100 shoes will not be around in 50 years. They'll be gone. They'll be in a landfill somewhere. Bitcoin is here to stay. Bitcoin is more than just a money. It's a mindset. It's a way of life. Adopt a low time preference. Stack some sats. Next episode, I'm sitting down with Thea, who is better known online as Professor B, and she makes these really cool tech tutorials diving into how Bitcoin works from the protocol angle. and she's super active on X. She's been to so many Bitcoin conferences all over the world. So I'm so excited to have her on and talk Bitcoin, Gen Z, and honestly, how to get some more girls into Bitcoin. Because ladies, we need to be doing better with our finances. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay orange pilled. I'm your host, Nicki, and I'm going to see you on Friday.